Right, so in this tutorial we're going to go through a modelling method called plane modelling, and eventually we're going to create this head here. This is quite an advanced tutorial, so I don't recommend it for beginners or complete novices to 3D Studio Max. So starting off, I've already shown you how to set up reference images in a previous tutorial, Character Creation Part 1, but I'm going to go through it here quickly anyway. So here we're going to create a plane. We've centered that to the x-axis, view smooth and highlights in the front viewport there, and we're going to find our image that we're going to apply to this. If you want to view this setting up reference images in more detail, I'll check my channel out and view my other video. So there we're going to notice how many what the length and width values are for that image, and apply them here to our plane. This is so that it doesn't distort when we come to apply the image as a material. So go to diffuse, click the little box next to that, select bitmap, find our image here, and that's that. Apply that. Go back up to parent level, self illumination to 100, drag that onto the plane, show material in viewports, and now you have a front reference image set up. Okay, so that's pretty good. I would actually do this with our side reference image as well, but for the sake of time I'm not going to actually do that here. So just that's another plane there, and you'll do that again. So press G on your keyboard to get rid of that grid, which you don't want in the way, and now we can start modelling just with another plane here. Create that underneath the eye. Now's the time when you want to apply a symmetry modifier, so convert that to an editable poly. Go to modifiers, select symmetry, and now we want to arrange that so that it's dead center on the x-axis. So select mirror, and we want it down the center of our character, so right click the x coordinate spinners, you'll see it jumps there, plane disappears, flip it, and there you have your mirror set up. So if you go back to editable poly, you can click that show button there and it will show the mirror. You'll notice it's not completely centered on our reference image, so I'm just going to quickly readjust that, and if you go display, deselect show frozen in grey, you can now freeze your plane so that you don't accidentally move it when you're modelling, and you can still see the image. So right click, freeze, and now we're ready to start the actual modelling. So if we go to vertex, sub-object level, we can rearrange these to match our reference image. I advise viewing this tutorial through first and seeing what the edge flow should be like on this face, and then trying to copy on your screen what's here. It's not actually that many skills apart from rearranging vertexes, and there we select an edge and move with the shift key held down to create another face to rearrange. You can select multiple edges and drag with the shift key to create multiple faces. That's the main skill that we'll be using in this tutorial, and of course we'll be using bridge and weld tools as well, but apart from that, that's about it. So match this in all the different viewports. As there's not really much in the way of new skills being learnt here, apart from a bit of artistic know-how when it comes to rearranging all these vertexes, I'm just going to show you the phases that you should go through in order to create your face, and you should perhaps pause the video and try and copy them on your screen. That's probably the best way of doing this. So here you'll notice I've gone out, I've welded around the eye and the mouth, created a new plane I did around the mouth, and I've attached that to the eyes like that, matched it in all the viewports, and the symmetry carries over. And here we've selected all the bottom edges along the mouth and shift dragged them all down and matched them so it defines the chin, back to the jawbone. Here we go up with one plane up to the side, up the jawline, and also down, I've bridged from the eye to the mouth. Here we've connected the eye to the back of the jawline and just created some more faces ready to define the nose. So using the weld tool here, we've welded around the nose and defined that in the viewports, and also using the bridge tool filled out the cheeks and are welding them together. So here we've completely defined the nose, welding and bridging, and also the cheek has been welded together, so there's no gaps in that now. The next stage is to continue this edge, continue the edges up to the forehead like that, keeping the edge flow, and again back around the top of the character's head. You don't need so many sections around here because this part's not going to deform when animating. So I've created a new plane around the back of the character's head here, around the base of the neck, and this is attach that to the main section, and now bridge that and filled out all the gaps like that. You can create the ear. That's really a separate sort of tutorial. That's quite a bit complex. You can probably have a stab at that. You'll end with something like that. I've edited a few vertexes here. I've actually taken this into ZBrush because it's a bit easier and faster. But you can just use paint deformation or manually rearrange vertexes. You should end up with something like that once you've smoothed it. So good luck.